Welcome to my channel Super Rare Coins. Today is best top 3 coins. Please don't skip this video, so let's get it started. The 1977 United States quarter dollar minted in Denver is a continuation of the long-running Washington quarter series, which has served as one of the most iconic and enduring coins in American currency history. This coin belongs to the post-silver era of quarters. Produced entirely in copper-nickel-clad composition, a change that began in 1965 when the U.S. Mint removed silver from circulating coins to conserve precious metal resources amid rising silver prices. The 1977 issue, therefore, is made of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, giving the coin its characteristic silvery color and durable hardness suited for decades of circulation. The D mint mark located on the obverse to the right of George Washington's ponytail signifies that it was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado, one of the principal facilities of the United States mint system. These coins were mass-produced for everyday use and represent a time of economic change and social evolution in America during the late 1970s, an era defined by inflation, energy crises, and national pride following the U.S. bicentennial celebrations just a year earlier. The obverse front of the 1977 D quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, designed by John Flanagan in 1932 to commemorate the bicentennial of Washington's birth. This design has remained the face of the quarter for decades, symbolizing leadership, integrity, and patriotism. Washington's image is depicted with classical dignity reminiscent of neoclassical sculpture, conveying the Founding Fathers' timeless role in American democracy. Above the portrait arches the inscription, Liberty, a central tenet of the nation's identity, while directly below the bust appears the date, 1977. To the left of Washington's profile, the national motto, "In God We Trust," is inscribed, a phrase that became mandatory on U.S. coins in the mid-20th century as an expression of the nation's spiritual and moral foundation. The simplicity of the design conveys both strength and solemnity, emphasizing Washington's calm but commanding demeanor. The Denver Mint's D mark, just beside the bow of Washington's hair ribbon, adds a local identity to the coin, signifying the industrial heart of American coin production in the Rocky Mountain region. The reverse back of the 1977 D quarter continues the same design that first appeared on the Washington quarter in 1932 and remained unchanged until 1998. It features a majestic bald eagle, the national bird of the United States, perched proudly on a bundle of arrows, which symbolizes defense and preparedness. Beneath the arrows rests an olive branch, signifying peace and goodwill, together representing America's balance of strength and diplomacy. The eagle's wings are spread wide, demonstrating vigilance and freedom, while its gaze looks forward, suggesting the nation's commitment to the future. Above the eagle appears the bold legend, United States of America, and directly below it, the traditional motto, E pluribus unum, Latin for, out of many one. This phrase reminds citizens of the unity that arises from diversity, a fundamental principle of the United States since its founding. The bottom of the reverse design, the denomination, quarter dollar, is prominently displayed, completing a design that has come to define American coinage aesthetics for generations. The physical specifications of the 1977 D quarter adhere to the U.S. Mint's standard clad coin measurements introduced in 1965. The coin has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a weight of 5.67 grams. Its edge is reeded with 119 grooves, designed to deter counterfeiting and clipping, the ancient practice of shaving metal from the edge of coins when they were made of precious metals. The coin's metallic composition, a sandwich of copper core with nickel alloy surfaces, makes it both lightweight and corrosion-resistant. This structure not only preserves the coin's appearance over years of use, but also helps vending machines and coin counters easily detect its electromagnetic signature for identification. From a historical and cultural perspective, the 1977 D quarter occupies an interesting place in American numismatic chronology. It was issued during a period of transition in the U.S. economy following the inflationary pressures of the early 1970s and the energy crisis. Although no significant design changes occurred that year, the quarter continued to play a vital role in commerce as one of the most frequently used coins in daily transactions. Its durability and familiarity made it a symbol of economic stability, circulating widely across the country. Unlike the 1976 bicentennial quarters that featured the special drummer boy design on the reverse, the 1977 quarter returned to the classic eagle motif, restoring a sense of tradition and continuity after the commemorative celebration of America's 200th anniversary. In numismatic value and rarity, the 1977 D quarter is considered a common circulation coin, with tens of millions minted at the Denver facility. exact mintage figures hover around 256,524,978 coins, ensuring that examples remain abundant in circulation and in collections. Because of this large mintage, circulated specimens generally hold only face value 25 cents, while uncirculated mint state examples, especially those graded MS 65 or higher by professional coin grading services, can command values ranging from $1 to $10 depending on luster, strike quality, and eye appeal. Exceptional coins with flawless surfaces or deep, satiny sheen can bring higher premiums, particularly in mint sets or proof-like condition, although proof versions of this coin were minted separately at the San Francisco Mint with an S mark. The 1977 D Washington quarter continues to be appreciated among collectors for its role as part of America's modern coinage legacy. T embodies both the nation's founding ideals and its ability to adapt to technological and economic change. The use of the bald eagle and George Washington as its primary symbols makes it a timeless expression of national pride. While not a rare or precious coin in the numismatic sense, it is a historically meaningful artifact that has passed through countless hands, vending machines, and cash registers, silently recording decades of American life. For many collectors, holding a bright uncirculated 1977 D quarter offers a tangible connection to an era that bridged tradition and modernization in U.S. currency history. Next, the 1974 United States quarter dollar is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, a staple of American currency that has circulated continuously since 1932. The 1974 issue was produced during a transitional period in U.S. coinage history, a time when the nation had fully adopted the copper-nickel-clad composition that replaced silver 9 years earlier. In 1965, this change was introduced to preserve the supply of precious metals and reduce minting costs, as rising silver prices in the 1960s made continued use of silver impractical for circulating coins. The 1974 quarter thus reflects the maturity of this new era in American coin production, representing both technological adaptation and continuity in design. Struck at 3 U.S. mint facilities: Philadelphia No Mint Mark, Denver D, and San Francisco S. For proof coins, the 1974 quarter was produced in large quantities to meet the needs of a growing population and an expanding economy. Despite its humble face value, the coin stands as a quiet testament to the United States' economic resilience and stability during the mid-1970s, a decade marked by inflation, shifting global markets, and renewed patriotic sentiment following the Vietnam War and the Watergate era. The obverse front of the 1974 quarter displays the familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, facing left. This enduring image was created by John Flanagan, a distinguished sculptor commissioned in 1932 to design the coin in honor of the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth. Flanagan rendition, based partly on Jean-Antoine Houdon's neoclassical bust of Washington, captures both dignity and calm authority. Portraying the founding father as a symbol of leadership, unity, and civic virtue, surrounding his bust are the inscriptions "Liberty" at the top and "In God We Trust" to the left. The date, 1974, appears below the truncation of Washington's bust, marking the year of mintage. On coins produced in Denver, a small D mint mark is found to the right of Washington's ponytail, while Philadelphia issues have no mint mark at all, a long-standing tradition that continued until 1980. San Francisco's S mint mark denotes coins struck in proof quality for collectors. The obverse design, simplicity, and strength have made it one of the most enduring portraits in U.S. numismatics, admired for its timeless classical style and powerful representation of American heritage. The reverse back of the 1974 quarter features the striking and noble image of a bald eagle, designed by John Flanagan. As well, the eagle, America's national bird, is shown with its wings spread wide, a pose that conveys both vigilance and freedom. It perches upon a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength and readiness to defend the nation, while below the arrows lies an olive branch representing peace. This dual symbolism, power balanced by peace, perfectly encapsulates the ideals of the United States as envisioned by its founders. The top of the reverse bears the inscription "United States of America," while the Latin motto "E pluribus unum," out of many, one, appears directly above the eagle's head, referencing the unity of the states and peoples that make up the nation. The denomination, quarter dollar, is placed prominently at the bottom. This reverse design remained in use from 1932 until 1998, becoming one of the most recognizable symbols in American currency. Its clean composition, bold relief, and symmetrical balance made it both functional for circulation and aesthetically distinguished among youth's coinage. In terms of composition and specifications, the 1974 quarter was struck in copper-nickel-clad metal, a practical yet durable alloy designed for mass circulation. The outer layers are composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a core of pure copper. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. The edge is reeded with 119 ridges, an anti-counterfeiting measure inherited from the days when coins contained precious metals. The clad construction ensures a bright, silvery appearance that resists tarnish and corrosion while maintaining good electromagnetic properties for vending machines and coin sorters. This practical design choice has allowed quarters like the 1974 issue to remain in circulation for decades, often enduring thousands of transactions without significant wear. The minting process for the 1974 quarter reflected advances in precision coin production. Striking occurred on high-speed presses using hardened dies engraved with Flanagan designs, under immense pressure that transferred intricate details onto each blank planchet. The U.S. Mint produced enormous quantities of quarters this year to satisfy public demand, resulting in 801,456,000 pieces from Philadelphia, 353,160,000 from Denver, and 2,612,568 proof coins from San Francisco. The proof coins were minted with specially polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like background and frosted relief for collectors. The immense mintage numbers ensured that the 1974 quarter would remain a common coin in commerce, with many still found in everyday circulation today, a testament to its durability and design longevity. From a historical perspective, the 1974 quarter captures the essence of a nation balancing change with tradition. The early 1970s were marked by significant events: the end of the Vietnam War, the Watergate scandal, and the resignation of President Richard Nixon in 1974 itself. Amid this turbulence, the quarter's unchanging design stood as a comforting symbol of continuity and national identity. For the average American, the coin was not merely a piece of metal but a daily emblem of shared history and democratic endurance. In this context, the Washington quarter served as both currency and cultural icon, uniting generations through familiar imagery even as the nation evolved socially and economically. From a numismatic standpoint, the 1974 quarter is classified as a common issue, with little rarity in circulated grades due to its high production volume. Circulated examples typically hold face value 25 cents, though well-preserved uncirculated coins can fetch between $1 and $5 depending on grade. High-grade specimens certified MS-65 to MS-67 by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC may command higher prices, particularly those with exceptional luster, sharp strike details, or minimal bag marks. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, characterized by their mirrored fields and frosted design elements, are especially prized by collectors assembling complete annual sets. Varieties and errors such as double dies or striking misalignments can also add interest and modest premiums in the collector market. In symbolic and cultural terms, the 1974 quarter continues to represent the enduring ideals of American liberty, leadership, and unity. The pairing of Washington's steadfast image with the eagle's commanding pose links the nation's revolutionary past with its modern aspirations. Every element, from the inscriptions to the metallic sheen, tells a story of craftsmanship, continuity, and pride. The design's longevity, remaining largely unchanged for over 6 decades, underscores the success of John Flanagan's vision and the respect accorded to Washington's legacy. Even in the broader narrative of U.S. coinage, the 1974 quarter holds a quiet but steady place. It bridges the gap between the silver-era coins of the mid-20th century and the later commemorative and state quarter programs of the late 1990s and early 2000s. In that sense, it represents a period of monetary normalcy, when America's coinage design was both consistent and next. The 1972 United States quarter dollar stands as a classic representative of the long-running Washington quarter series, a cornerstone of American coinage that has endured as a symbol of national identity and economic continuity since its first issue in 1932 BY 1972. The Washington quarter had already entered its 4th decade of production, retaining the same familiar design that celebrated the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. The 1972 issue was minted at a time when the United States was recovering from the economic and social transformations of the 1960s and early 1970s, a period defined by post-war growth, political unrest, and the end of the silver coinage era. This coin reflects that transitional era not in design, which remained constant, but in its material composition and mass production methods, which represented modern American minting technology at its height. The obverse design of the 1972 quarter features the dignified portrait of George Washington designed by the sculptor John Flanagan. His artwork was originally selected in 1931 for the coin commemorating the 200th anniversary of Washington's birth and has since become one of the most enduring images in American numismatic history. The bust of Washington faces left, his expression calm yet resolute, reflecting both leadership and humility. The word liberty arches prominently along the upper rim of the coin. Symbolizing the core value upon which the nation was founded, the left of Washington's bust appears the national motto, "In God We Trust," a phrase officially added to all U.S. coinage in the 1950s but present on the quarter since its earliest issues. Beneath Washington's neck truncation lies the date, 1972, denoting the year of minting for coins produced in Denver. A small D mint mark is placed just to the right of the bow in Washington's hair tie, while coins struck in Philadelphia carry no mint mark, as was customary for that mint before 1980. The clean, balanced layout of the obverse, coupled with Flanagan neoclassical sculpting style, contributes to the coin's timeless aesthetic and lasting popularity among collectors and the public alike. The reverse side of the 1972 quarter retains John Flanagan's equally iconic design depicting a majestic bald eagle, the national bird and one of the most powerful symbols of the United States. The eagle is shown with its wings fully spread, perched on a bundle of arrows representing military readiness and the nation's willingness to defend its freedom. Beneath the arrows lies an olive branch symbolizing peace and diplomacy together. These elements express the dual nature of America's national character. Strength tempered by peace, courage balanced with virtue. The upper rim of the reverse carries the bold inscription, United States of America, while the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, meaning, out of many, one appears above the eagle's head. This phrase highlights the unity of the diverse states and peoples that form the American Republic. The denomination, quarter dollar, is engraved in capital letters along the bottom edge, completing the symmetrical and harmonious composition. Flanagan eagle, with its crisp lines and proud posture, remained on the quarter for over 6 decades, until it was replaced by the State Quarters Program in 1999 in technical and physical specifications. The 1972 quarter continued the copper-nickel-clad composition first introduced in 1965, when the United States eliminated silver from circulating dimes and quarters due to rising silver prices and coin shortages. The 1972 quarter is composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core, giving it a distinctive silvery appearance while maintaining durability and affordability. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, a thickness of 1.75 millimeters, and a reeded edge consisting of 119 tiny grooves. The reeded edge was originally a security feature designed to prevent the shaving of precious metals from silver coins, but it remained for tradition and tactile recognition. The clad construction with its layered structure also provided the coin with improved resistance to wear and corrosion, ensuring that billions of quarters could circulate for decades without significant deterioration. In terms of mint production, the 1972 quarter was struck at 2 principal mints, Philadelphia and Denver, with additional proof coins produced at the San Francisco Mint. The Philadelphia Mint, identified by the absence of a mint mark, struck an enormous total of 215,048,000 pieces, while the Denver Mint, bearing the D mint mark, produced 311,067,732 quarters. The San Francisco Mint manufactured approximately 3,260,996 proof coins, intended for collectors and sold in special sets. This high combined mintage reflected the growing demand for small denomination coins in everyday commerce. Fueled by inflation and economic expansion in the early 1970s, the scale of production also showcased the technological capabilities of the U.S. Mint at the time, which employed automated high-speed presses and advanced quality control methods to produce hundreds of millions of uniform coins each year. The minting process of the 1972 quarter was a feat of precision engineering. Each coin began as a blank planchet, cut from long metal strips of clad copper-nickel alloy. These planchets were then heated, cleaned, and fed into massive coin presses that exerted pressures of over 60 tons per strike. The dies, engraved with Flanagan obverse and reverse designs, transferred intricate details to the coin's surfaces in a fraction of a second. After striking, the coins were inspected, counted, and bagged for shipment to Federal Reserve banks and commercial distributors across the country. Despite modern quality control, minor variations occasionally occurred, such as die cracks, doubling, and off-center strikes, and these mint errors are today of special interest to collectors. Among 1972 quarters, examples showing doubled die obverse or misaligned strikes are particularly desirable, though they remain relatively rare compared to the vast number of normal coins produced. The historical context surrounding the 1972 quarter adds further depth to its significance. The early 1970s were a transformative period in the United States, marked by the end of direct U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War, the unfolding of the Watergate scandal, and the broader societal changes following the 1960s. Economically, inflation and energy crises were beginning to reshape daily life, and yet, amid this uncertainty, the nation's coinage retained a steady and familiar appearance, the Washington quarter circulating in the hands of millions, was a small but constant reminder of stability, a link between America's founding principles and its modern democratic society. Each 1972 quarter carried with it the image of the country's first president, whose leadership had once guided a fledgling nation through turmoil, and the eagle that symbolized the country's enduring independence and spirit. From a numismatic perspective, the 1972 quarter is generally considered a common issue, reflecting the massive production numbers that ensured its wide availability in circulation. Circulated examples are typically worth their face value of 25 cents, though coins in pristine mint state MS condition can command modest premiums. Uncirculated examples graded MS 65 by the professional coin grading service PCGS or the Numismatic Guarantee Company NGC often sell for between $2 and $10, depending on strike quality, luster and surface rises ranging from $100. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe my channel for more updates.